It started last winter. My mom said all out of the blue, I would really like to one day go back to Kazakhstan, one last time in my life. And I thought, well, that's a petulant. What do we lose there? All of our immediate family moved out to other countries. We don't have anybody. We do have some remote family, but other than that, we haven't been there forever. What for to go? But then the more I thought about it, the more I kind of got excited myself about this idea. Then I asked my daughter, what do you think about going to Kazakhstan? And she was like, yeah, let's go. And I thought, okay, maybe we should. And that's how it resulted in our trip this summer. It was me, myself, and my daughter. 3-generation ladies went to Kazakhstan. So just to give you a bit of context, my mom and I both are born and raised in Kazakhstan. I moved to the US 21 years ago. My mom moved to Russia with my dad and my sister 30 years ago. She was back to Kazakhstan a few times before my move to the US, but she hasn't been there since. So for 21 years, she didn't go. I've been there once in 2011. So for me, it was quite a bit of time as well. And so we went, we booked tickets. And next thing that I needed to book is apartment where we stay. So I tried to find a place nearby where I grew up. I really wanted to walk the same streets, kind of feel the same vibe as when I was growing up. And I booked an apartment close by via Airbnb. If you have used Airbnb before, you know that when you book it, before you make the booking, you don't exactly get the address. You get like a big bubble that highlights an area. And so I didn't know the exact address after I booked it. And after I booked it, lo and behold, the apartment that I booked was right above where I grew up.
Wow.
So it was the same building, it was the same entrance, it was the same everything. It was just one floor above it, the same floor plan. So it was like getting to our old place back, even though it wasn't. In fact, one time my mom said, oh, you see that electrical cord that goes from the cabinet over there? Your dad built that. And I'm like, no, Mom, this is not an apartment. And she's like, oh, yeah, right. That's how close it felt. It felt like we were back home. Out of 8 apartments, there was one lady, original lady still living there. Everybody else was new. She, her family, and my dad's family in 1955 moved into that house when it was just built. And she still lived there. My dad passed away. They were both 11 years old at that time. So it was really fun to connect with her. So this is the other side of the house. So we lived in this side, and you can see it here. On the very, very back, you kind of see it. And then if you look at this lady in orange, if you keep going where she's going, this is where you get to. There's a lot of fountains, a lot of shade, really, really a neat place to walk around. And so we flied. So first of all, the flight is 30 hours door to door. That's if you get really good connections. The flight time itself is between 18 and 20 hours, and the rest is traveling to the airport, from the airport through security and all of that stuff. So 30 hours later, we came. It was 2 a.m. when we finally were in the apartment. And next morning I went for a walk. That was my first walk. What I found out is that long flight made me very swollen. So it's not just my feet, it's also my face. So I looked like a drunk. First day, didn't want to meet anybody. So it was very, very fun, but I was scared looking at myself in the mirror in the first couple of days. So this is just outside the building where I grew up, right in the very downtown of the city. So what did we do there all day long? The day started for me the same way. Between 5 and 6 in the morning, I would go for a walk, 30 minutes to an hour. I come back, my daughter would wake up, we'll have breakfast, then we'll go for another walk. we might go for a third walk later on, hit a few playgrounds with her, do some shopping. And walking was the most interesting thing for me to do because it's so familiar streets to see all of that, and the city is very pretty. These are just the fountains that are in the city, and there are lots and lots of them. So just in addition to the fountains, just a lot of different really pretty places to see. A lot of statues and just flowers and everything of that you can really just walk to reach within minutes. And that was my most favorite part. We did go to a park, and it was an amusement park. We did many things there. The most interesting thing was this upside down house. So it's actually where the things are hanging from the ceiling, and we're standing there, but when you flip that picture around, that's how it looks like. So Spider-Man is back. That's what my daughter said about this picture. And then afternoons we're meeting with people. So ex-colleagues and friends and remote relatives. There were so many people. We probably had 2-3 meetings a day in addition to all the walk-ins. So it was crazy, but it was lots and lots of fun. And then about less than an hour away, there is a city with a man-made lake. And we went there for a while, and we do have some remote family there. So that's some of them here in the pictures. And we stayed there for a couple of days. It was lots and lots of fun. A lot of walking there again. And then it was time to go back. Another 30 hours later, we were back. We stayed there for 2 weeks. It was amazing. Really wanted me to buy real estate there, but I resisted. So glad to be back and presenting this all to you. Thank you.